It is somewhat traditional for young Golgotha here to address me respectfully as master, but I shall leave that decision to you. Fuck that!
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. We are here, gonna go see the Father of Secrets. Far in the distance I saw the city lights glowing brightly like electric fireflies drifting through darkness. My eyes fell from glittering skyscrapers down to the cold grey tombstones surrounding me. The atmosphere of graveyards like this made me feel intrigued, enthralled, nothing nervous. Intrigued, I guess. The dead kept many secrets, and it was like those secrets had sunk into the soil, filling the ground with their dark, macabre presence. It was one of those mysteries you could never really solve, a constant unknown, and for that very reason I was fascinated. Following the path, I headed deeper into the graveyard, forcing myself to stay on high alert. Everyone seemed either terrified of this man or reluctant to even speak his name. Considering the power and confidence of most vampires I'd met so far, that was no small feat. But after wandering around for several minutes, I couldn't find anyone. Maybe I'd missed him, or else Zhang had pulled some kind of prank on me. There wasn't exactly a doorbell I could ring either. Suddenly, I sensed the presence of someone nearby. Like Marcus, it had abruptly appeared instead of slowly growing closer. My eyes darted around and tried to spot the source, but I couldn't detect where they were. Until I glanced behind the mausoleum. There, a lone statuesque figure stood with his back to me, gazing up at the moon. The instant I saw him, I knew who he was. The man from my dream. But not the man of my dreams. Something about his presence was incredibly calm and controlled, almost too calm, completely unlike any other human or vampire I'd met. Say nothing and wait. I stayed silent, staring at the tall silhouette, but I'd already given myself away. I mean, I'm just fucking standing there. The man turned to face me, gaze flicking directly to where I stood, as if he'd known I was there all along. I mean, I didn't hide my presence. His eyes dimly glowed like two beacons in the dark, casting a pale golden sheen onto his face. I feel like we're meeting him quicker than in Heath's route. In Heath's route, I feel like we were doing a lot more missions, and then we finally got to see this guy. The figure took a few steps towards me. Maybe the wind drowned him out, but I could have sworn his footsteps in the grass were silent. Well, ninja. He stopped a small distance away, gazing me up and down with aloof curiosity. At last, with a soft inhale, he subtly nodded. Maybe to himself more than to me. Welcome to my residence, Michiko. Ew, did you just tilt your head? That's creepy. I hope its unorthodox nature does not cause you undue distress. He spoke in a quiet, near monotone, his deep voice oddly soothing. I am Andre Zibek. Zibek? It is somewhat traditional for young Golgotha here to address me respectfully as master, but I shall leave that decision to you. Fuck that! No, you're the smiling face from my dream. Andre, are you the Golgotha leader? Let's do that. The corners of his mouth curled faintly upwards and replied, yet it didn't seem quite like a smile. He's pissed I didn't call him master. Fuck that, you're not mine. It appears the message was delivered. I am pleased you decided to acknowledge it. Only on rare occasions do I extend personal greetings to Los Angeles' latest inductions, but for you, I chose to make an exception. Everyone seems to be making exceptions for me. We see the same strange things, don't we? And why might that be? Why might that be? The glow in Andre's eyes flickered for less than a second, like a lamp brushed by a poltergeist. There are, on occasion, the individuals with unique potential and circumstances who are noteworthy enough to attract my interest. Very few vampires have been turned in Los Angeles the past several years and have managed to survive. Yet you appear to flourish. As nascent as you are in your development, I feel as if you hold great promises. Thank you. Damnation seems to suit me. I hate promises. What do you want from me? Flourish. I'm existing and I'll continue to exist. Aha, this is where you offer me a deal, right? I'm gonna choose flourish. I'm existing. My, what certainty. He hummed those words almost under his breath, sounding vaguely amused. I'm aware of your employ by Cherise Locke, the Sky leader and recent regent of Los Angeles. Her methodology of ruling is disagreeable to me. That is why I seek to subvert it and why I rally others against her. but she is a formidable opponent. While the Mavar seek to fight in the streets, Locke and I battle in the shadows, a tool of assassins and spies. A faint, insidious smile spread across his lips, not quite reaching his eyes. However, as of late, she has begun losing ground to me. I believe that is why in her desperation she seeks to mold you into a suitable weapon. Mold me? You think I'm just old cheese to her? I won't fit into any mold. That might be true, but I have faith in Charisse and her cause. I'm just doing what I have to. My situation isn't exactly flexible. I won't fit into any mold, sir. Such confidence is admirable. Perhaps she does not yet appreciate your singular rigidity. Now, give me your offer. His quiet, calm voice drifting into silence. Andre turned his gaze towards the moon. Whenever like I see that line or just anything with like gazing towards the moon, I instantly think of the Bruno Mars song, which I can't plug in, but I'll like put the title of it right here because I can't. I'll get copyright for sure. The time for an end to this conflict swiftly approaches, Michiko. Their new ruler will establish domain over the Los Angeles Coven, or else we shall descend into anarchy, the beginning of an inevitable end for our kind. He sounded remarkably placid for such a dramatic statement. Even when I studied his face, I couldn't see any visible traces of emotion. My assistants serve as my eyes and ears, unseen and unheard, absorbing all that would be hidden as they move along among the dead. But with current tension between the houses, their range is limited. Andre fell purposely silent, allowing his thin smile to finish his implication. You're as subtle as a train wreck. I'm already technically spying for Randal. Oh shit, that's true! Ooh. Ooh. Oof. What happens if I'm spying for both of them and not tell neither of them? Are you asking me to be your spy? To a minor extent, yes. Unlike your arrangement with this guy in my employ, you will be treated fairly and with due respect. Join me and I can promise you an elevated seat in the new government I intend to establish. Thanks for the offer, but I can't join you. Then it's decided I'll pledge allegiance to your flag. New government, what does that mean? Forgive me, but I cannot disclose the entirety of my designs while you're still in Locke's service. I will, however, inform you that our ambitions are entirely different. She desires to maintain the status quo of secrecy and status, while I wish for our kind to reach a certain understanding with mortals. It is inevitable that as technology advances, vampires will one day be exposed. I seek to prevent the unfortunate circumstances that would arise from such a scenario. Does that provide with more insight? A new age for us all. Actually, I'm more confused now. A little yes. No, it's a little yes. Excellent. I hope it assists you in making your decision. Do I have to give you an answer now? That is a pretty good choice. Do I have to tell him now? I'm afraid so. It is a sudden decision, so I understand your trepidation. But I would ask that you follow your instincts in this regard. Those whose hearts and minds are prone to wavering often make unreliable allies. I'll pledge allegiance to your flag. I'm not pledging to shit. But I do want to help him out and see if I could backstab him. But I don't know if this is also a bad move because he's a rather smart man. So I don't know if he's going to know I'm also helping Randal. But then Randal and him, we can go against Charisse? Would that be a thing? Oh, dude. Alright, I'm going to save just in case. But I'm interested in working together. I'm not going to pledge to his fucking flag. Excellent. I'm pleased to hear your decision. You may be relieved to hear that I require little from you at this stage. Infrequent reports should suffice. However, I ask that you continue to endure Locke's request for a short while longer. Look at me, working with all three of them. Your ambiguous affiliation will serve as a pass around Los Angeles with little risk of harm. For now, that is. I mean, I am a Golgotha. I hope you know, Andre. Just saying. When the time comes to break from her, it will be apparent. I wish I could break from her right now. You're right, I'll deal with her until then. I truly sympathize with your plight, young Golgotha. We have all been forced to endure unsavory situations for the sake of future progress, as the gears of advancement are only turned through suffering. He inclined his head serenely, though his eyes never shifted from my face. Before I should forget, I advise you against mentioning this meeting to Randal. If he knew of our affiliation, it would oh god, oh no. It would doubtlessly upset him, for indeed he is very afraid of me. Ooh, Randal's gonna be pissed at me. Afraid, but weren't you trying to arrange a compromise? That's true. Duly Yoda, keep quiet. Wait, yeah, what? Circumstances have changed since that time. Randall's fear of my nature has overtaken him, or so it appears. He no longer allows me the benefit of his doubt. For a moment I thought I saw something strange in Andre's eyes, but it quickly vanished. I believe that concludes our business for tonight, as I must attend to several arrangements. However, please visit me again at your earliest convenience. There is a great deal more for us to discuss. Alright, well, now your girl's a spy for two people. As I work for another person. After Andre's polite dismissal, I left the mausoleum behind, heading back down the empty path. All the way back to the graveyard's entrance, I couldn't shake the strange feeling of presence surrounding me, but they were too muddled to really identify. Alright, this route's gonna be crazy. Luckily, I managed to catch a passing taxi not far from the cemetery. By the time we drove back into Hollywood, sunrise was still several hours away. Something about the graveyard had left me feeling restless, so I decided to pay a visit somewhere. The beach house! We're gonna hang out with Randal. Or the people. I don't care. I had my driver take me to Santa Monica, deciding to stop by Randall's place. Dude, Randall's gonna kill me if he finds out I'm working with Golgotha too. Shit, dude. There was a small crowd here tonight enjoying themselves over drinks, but no sign of Randal. It's okay, we can chat with them in the bar. When I glanced around the gathered bar, it seemed like most of them were in a single group, sharing stories about their uneventful lives. Or eventful, not uneventful. Wandering up to the circle, I decided to join in the storytelling. The Mavar's histories were interesting enough to listen to, ranging from addicts to runaways to average people whose lives had suddenly turned upside down. Most of their tales involved a watershed moment when they heard about Randal or his clan, which always caused loud chorus cheers or warm shouts of encouragement. Before long, someone asked me to tell a story of my own, so I began to talk about my own history? Would they like that? I don't know. I brought up a story from my past, one that I felt comfortable sharing among such a large group. Most of them have listened attentively, although some of them seemed to get bored and wandered off. Whatever. When I finished, they offered some friendly claps and nods along with scattered laughter, but it wasn't long before they moved on to the next person. After a little while longer in the circle, I finally slipped away, leaving them to their chatter and laughter. Look around for someone interesting? I didn't know that was a choice. I shifted towards one of the groups, trying to find an opening within the conversation. They didn't seem to notice me at all, though, and I found myself standing somewhat awkwardly in the corner. Hi there, could I speak to you for a moment? Is it the girl? Just then a soft, pleasant voice called out behind me. It is her! Pretty girl! She's here! I turned to see a short girl studying me with a curious look, her eyes keenly peering into my face. Ah, that's right, you're Michiko, aren't you? The one and only Michiko. Who's that? Sorry, wrong person. That's me, yes. The one and only. The one and only, My name's Evelyn Marlowe. I'm a journalist doing a report on the conditions here. I heard you're the intriguing new face in town, so I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions. Shouldn't take too long, I think. Would that be alright? Sure, go ahead. Great! She twirled a pencil in her left hand, her eyes keenly watching my face. I'm not actually a member of Ellie's Coven, you see, though I am a Mavar. I come from London, where I'm something of an activist, and I'm visiting to research the conditions in the city. From the way Evelyn wrinkled her nose at conditions, I could tell she didn't find them too appealing. Since you're more of a newcomer to LA and our lifestyle, I thought you'd have some interesting thoughts to share. Let's see here. She thoughtfully plucked at the front of her loose shirt, with one hand fiddling with a small notebook in the other. It seems Randal and his clan are mostly in favor of total anarchy, no plans for a new system of government if they overthrow Charisse. What are your thoughts on a chaotic situation like that, Michiko? It's pretty short-sighted. Peace won't last for long with anarchy. I think it could work if Randal's overseeing things. We can implement laws later if we need them. You can't govern vampires like you can humans. They have to rule themselves. Oh! You know, I heard a similar philosophy a couple of centuries ago in France. It resulted in a lot of unpleasant situations. Evelyn gave me a long look, her words hanging poignantly in the air for several moments. There's another concerning subject I want to ask you about, too. You're aware of Randal's views on a relationship with humans, right? He doesn't encourage killing or harming them, but he also won't make any rules that prohibit those things. Do you have an opinion on how humans should be treated, Michiko? I do think we need rules to protect humans from our kind. We should avoid hurting them, but rules against it are pointless. I don't care what happens to humans, to be perfectly honest. That's rude as shit. But this is where we're gonna stay for today's episode. We're doing a lot. This is great. It really seems to me that Randal's route is going quicker than Heath's. So I don't know if it's because later on the near ending stories are gonna be a little bit different, like it's gonna be dragged out more, and this stuff prior is just being sped up to get to that point. I have no idea, or maybe his route was just completely short. No idea. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it,